Hello? Is anyone out there? Look, your data isn't safe. You need a VPN service like today's sponsor, Surfshark. They'll protect you and your cookies from the people who want to use them against you. They're trying to price gouge you. And I don't know about you, I can't take it. I can't be price gouged anymore. And they're trying to block out what you can watch. I want to watch Canadian Netflix sometimes, which is why I use VPNs. They allow you access to geo-locked content, and they make sure that companies can't price gouge you based on your location. It's crazy. They don't need more money. I need more money. So thank you to today's sponsor, Surfshark, for giving me more money and for saving you some money by protecting you from these awful companies that are trying to take everything. They're taking everything. And if you go to surfshark.com/4starbento and use the code 4starbento right now, you can get 4 free extra months of Surfshark services. So please, be safe out there. Godspeed, I hope this reaches somebody.
You know what? Fine. I'm a strong, independent demon who don't need no henchmen.
Imagine my schlong in this form.
Nick!
Yeah?
Lanny.
Kaiser.
It's another Daima episode.
Have you seen Invincible the first 3 episodes of the season? Okay, we'll talk about Daima.
Look, I've got Quinn coming over. We're going to watch the episodes after this, all right?
All right, you know, I'll say this. I liked them. Daima, I also liked. I liked this episode. I think the art and animation, good. I have one singular qualm, and that is with just the pacing overall.
Yeah.
I'm sad we are where we are already. It felt like they just started cooking with that Goku and Do fight.
Yeah.
Just for them to get like immediately interrupted. I'm like, I wanted to see more of that first. Not that I didn't like what came after. I liked what came after a lot. But I wanted more of what we had before. I wasn't done with the appetizer.
It does feel like we skipped a bomber appetizer for the entree, and it's like, wait, hold on. Like, it's one of those places where
your wings and your steak came at the same time. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, I've been waiting. I've been waiting to watch Ku and Do fight against Goku and Vegeta, and I guess Piccolo. Hi Piccolo, you're still here.
He did some stuff. He did as much as shit in this episode.
Yeah, so it's frustrating because there's some really cool stuff in this episode. Yeah. Honestly, this episode isn't bad.
No, it's not.
It's pretty good, all things considered.
Like B+ for the series for me.
Yeah.
Maybe a B.
I will say the first half's a little underbaked because we do get a little bit of Do versus Goku, and the animation is probably the weakest fighting animation we've seen outside of Vegeta versus the not Ginyu Force, but
I'll say this to that. It started off and I'm like, this feels floaty. Like nothing really has the oomph, but it kind of ramped into it. Like it felt like a natural ramp into some good shit. Like I liked a lot of the choreography, even when it was a little floatier. Like Goku with the spinning arms, Do kind of like landing in frog pose.
Yeah.
That shot of Goku running along the wall in the background. Like,
which is, I believe, a direct homage to the opening from Z, which,
exactly.
I geeked out. I was like, oh, shit.
Like, I loved that. I looked at it, I'm like, I know that. That's good. It looks cool. Like, that fight was fun, especially when Goku went Super Saiyan and it actually started cooking. Like, when they actually started, doing some dynamic shit. Like, I liked that a lot. Then Jiren the Clown just stops it quick
out of nowhere. Bobo the Fool, and it's
I am Bobo the Fool.
It's okay. So I'm actually a little sad that Daigoma doesn't look dumber, but he still looks pretty dumb, and I'm glad about that.
He looks dumb enough, but still, like, what they do with him, they actually sold me on him. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll buy into this. Like the way they animated him doing his shit, the way his eye can just kind of like control matter, I guess. Fun shit.
This never before in a Dragon Ball series has it felt like we are at that part of the movie where the villain is now just going full whole hog, showing off his power. Because, yeah, he curb stomps everybody. The animation takes a huge jump up. Like, holy balls.
Yeah, no, fucking styling on it. Like, even the 3v1, which I was kind of, like worried about going into it, that one cooked. Like, watching him, like, deflect Goku, Piccolo, and Vegeta at the same time. That dynamic shot where, like, we're kind of, like, tracking them as they're, like, weaving through attacks. Cool shit.
Yeah, we're seeing some of the best animation that any Dragon Ball show has ever seen, and it kind of rivals some of the stuff that we've seen in the movies. Broly kind of still takes the cake. Like, it's going to be hard to top what we saw in Super Broly, but
yeah.
Damn, this was nuts. This was crazy stuff, and it kind of, I'm not going to say it totally makes up for, like, not getting more of Ku and Do, but at least it's like, what it's giving us is probably the best version of it that we could get. So
there were a few interesting, like, writing choices that I noted here, because we finally got Arinsu. Jesus, why do I keep doing that?
I don't know.
They finally got Titty Witch's motive, which is not to be supreme queen or king of the demon world. It's just, I want to make this place worse.
She wants to make things worse.
I want to be a problem.
I love that, actually. That's great. I love how, like, Nahare is like, oh, I know what you want. You just want to be king like Degasu did. And
you want me, that basic bitch?
Yeah. Oh no, girl, no.
No, I'm here to cause problems.
Yeah. Woke up today and said, I'm going to cause problems on purpose.
I respect that, but then I feel like it's kind of undercut. Maybe she does just see the third eye as that big of an issue, but when everybody else
Sorry, real quick, I just gotta say, fuck, I don't want to make her better, I want her to make me worse.
I want her to make me worse. Yeah. Sith mentality, man. I want that goth chick to ruin me. So, like, I thought as soon as, like, everybody else left to fight, like, literally leaving only the defenseless characters there, when she talked to Ku and Do, I thought she was going to be like, both of you, grab their Dragon Balls. We're out of here. Because who would stop them? Who would stop that?
That would have been very funny. And there's a part of me that feels like if this were a longer running show, that's probably what they would have done. But yeah, we're kind of at that point where Ku and Do, these two good boys, they're so good. Oh
good
my
boys.
God. They're such good boys. I love them both. I love how fucking Ku being like, I fought him and I lost.
Hi, I'm Majin Ku. Who told you to talk first?
Yeah, no.
Stop it.
They're still the best, and I love them. And man, Ku, Do, and fucking Hibis are the three kings in this show. Arinsu is the queen, and basically they're all fantastic. I don't give a fuck about Goma, okay? Goma's great for, like, punching people, and right now he's got some cool fighting going on, but in terms of characters, just give me these four.
They gave Hibis a little bit of, like, they gave him a little bit of edge in this episode too. He actually felt embarrassed for something.
For the first time in his life, I think.
I respect it a little, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, I kind of wish when Bulma asked that, I was like, yeah, no, I got this hat for it. Just living his life.
Yeah, I think though, unfortunately,
he recognizes the fuck-uppery of it.
Yeah, and that makes sense because he is somebody who's trying to play it fast and loose with anybody he doesn't respect. But unfortunately, he can see, like, oh, we're probably all going to, like, suffer for this. Whoopsie.
Still a cool hat, though.
Yeah. Still a great hat. Honestly, worth it?
Maybe.
I think it's an argument.
I don't know. We also got some good animation out of it so far, so I'll bite. But yeah, to me, I feel like the team up happened a little too quickly. Like, I know we have 3 episodes left, right?
Yeah.
18, 19, 20? I'm just worried this is going to turn into Goku versus Baby Vegeta again, where it just, like, they packed too many episodes worth of a fight into runtime. When, again, we could have had a little more of Do and Ku, and I am not saying that it's going to be that. I'm simply worried that it could be that.
I'm sort of curious about it because so Vegeta, which, okay, this is kind of weird. Vegeta gets punked, like, right quick, and
pretty quick, yeah.
Goku's the one who goes Super Saiyan 3 this time, and I'm like, Wait, so what's going? Why didn't Vegeta go super? Whatever. Like, fine. We want the Goku versus the big bad here. He's going to fail, and then they're going to use the fusion bugs. That's what's going to happen. Goku's going to be like, oh no, we're all out of revive bugs, but we have these fusion bugs, and like Vegeta's going to be like, oh well, I guess whatever, fuck it. And they're going to become.
They're just going to eat random bugs, or Ku and Do will find the bugs and eat them. Something will happen. Some people will fuse.
Honestly, oh my god. If Ku and Do end up fusing together, they find the bugs and they eat them, and then they're like, they become Majin Buu, and then they fight Goma, and then Goku like uses that time to, I don't know, prepare some special technique like the Spirit Bomb or some shit. I would kind of geek out. I would love that. I don't know if they're gonna do that. I'm not making projections, but that would be great.
Yeah, either way, so those will come into play. Like, Chekhov's bug is clearly still on the mantle.
Yeah, right? It's still on the anthill. Yeah, I don't know, because it kind of feels like they mentioned it one time but haven't brought it back up.
But it's such a powerful thing to mention. That's all.
Yeah. He did buy some, right? Did they confirm he bought one of those?
I don't know. I just remember him leaving with a bunch of bugs.
I do think
What if it's like the accidental curly in the fry bag? What if they just accidentally dropped some in?
Oh no, I do think though that you might have made a good point about them accidentally doing it. I think Goku might find it and be like, yo, I got the bugs, and then they eat them and then they fuse.
Yeah.
Because again, that would be personally accidental fusion for those two. Better than the whole like Vegeta, oh, I'm not going to fuse with you.
Yeah, that whole dance again. Instead, just having them be mad at themselves.
Yeah, just like, are you kidding me? Yeah, no, that'd be kind of great. And then we can have Neva be like, don't worry, it wears off in about an hour or something like that.
Or Supreme Kai just be like, no, I can undo it, boop, or something.
Yeah. By the way, Neva, right?
His face is just like, hmm?
Yeah, that was, I love that. Fucking. His whole interaction with the Tamagami, I really love that. I love the Tamagami going and be like, you want me to fight? Like, I'm just supposed to here protect the Dragon Ball, man. Like, I'm not supposed to go out there. And then Neva's like, fucking
wink.
Yeah.
Power up wink.
Yeah, like, go fight the fucker. Come on. We don't have time for this, dude. It's so good. I love Neva.
There was a lot of fun character stuff here. And a lot of fun animation, a lot of fun, like, choreography, great art in a lot of places, like, a lot of great facial expressions. Like, this was a solid episode. I like this one.
I definitely think its second half is the more solid part.
For sure.
You can tell that
that's only because, like, I feel like they only let the dough rise. Like, they didn't bake the bread in the first half. Like, that's where I'm at. I was like, I just wanted to see, a little more of that. Just gimme.
We got great value Ginyu Force when we could have gotten at least a half more episode where Ku and Do fight Vegeta and Goku.
Yeah, could have had a fun tag match.
I wanted that so badly.
Maybe we'll still get it. Maybe they'll beat Goma, and then they still have to resolve their little Dragon Ball tiff. But that does feel kind of anticlimactic.
I mean, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Although, I guess what could happen is Vegeta and Goku beat Goma, but then Arinsu at the last moment makes Ku and Do fuse, and then they have to have their big final fight.
Or somebody else gets a hold of that eye or something. I don't know.
Reusing the eye at this point would kind of suck. But the fact that Arinsu is still out here trying to be the big bad, I would feel a little bit sad if she doesn't get that moment near the end. Because at this point, everything that she's been building to has been sort of undermined. Like,
yeah,
she's been trying to do this whole thing where she's trying to be the real big bad behind the scenes. But if it all just ends up with her using these two characters she made to get the job done, just ultimately teaming up to beat the bad guy, it's gonna feel a little underwhelming. I mean, not as underwhelming as Degasu. That wasted fucking character.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, saying that, yeah, she was kind of the mastermind behind the scenes, like, trying to do stuff, and it's like, no, that was Degasu's plan. I wanted to do that. Fuck you, dude. Like, you what a pointless character.
Yeah, no, Degasu sucks.
He was there literally to commentate with, like, Goma, and as soon as that need was done, he's just, get the fuck out of the story.
Yeah, if you were gonna have him do the whole big twist thing, keep him around. Don't just, like, one-off him and then bye. God.
Yeah, or, like, have him, like, actually do something that seems treacherous instead of just talking about his treacherous plan.
I didn't talk about this last week, but, like, Degasu paid that chick to go get the belt and then completely forgets about her.
It didn't even pay her. Just said, "I will pay you."
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah. He
hired her.
Yeah, he hired her and then doesn't mention it. He's like, "Oh, I guess I'm leaving." Dude, I thought
What about the third eye that you need?
Like, do you just not care about the third eye? I mean, I guess that makes sense, but the dialogue...
Does it, though? Does it, now that we've seen how strong it can make you?
Remember...
If this were a key to my evil plan, fuck Dende. Get that eye.
Yeah, it is weird. It's strange. Why do you... Why... Yeah, no. That was last week. This is this week.
I'm still like, it does bring to light how big his fuck up is and how wasted he was, though. That's all. Like, look, he's the bitch of this season. All right, like there's nothing for him here.
Yeah, both Audiensu and Nahade get to like fucking style all over him. Not fucking Shin. At least Shin has been a major part of this plot.
His one accomplishment is the fact that he was knocked out by Piccolo. That's what we get out of him.
Yeah.
Poor Piccolo.
Poor
Piccolo.
Why is he here? Why is Piccolo here?
Let him do things.
You
You just gave him a whole movie, and I'm so thankful for that. I love that he's the protagonist of Superhero. But
by the way, you know he was actually supposed to be, not like Gohan it wasn't supposed to be a Gohan movie at all. It was supposed to just be Piccolo.
it's clearly written that way.
Yeah, it's so funny. I like the Gohan stuff well enough, but it's so obvious that movie was supposed to just be about Piccolo.
It's about him. Like, the entire story is from his point of view, and I'm so happy for that. I just want, like, come on, give the boy his shine. He's in his home.
Yeah, it's really strange. There's still problems, but at least this episode was... Oh god, I hate to say this. Yeah, there's still writing problems, but at least it was nice and flashy and pretty, and the keys jangled so nice. Pretty
It was
keys.
a very pretty episode. I liked this episode. For what it's trying to do, I think it did it very well.
Yeah.
It did it so well, I wanted more of it. That's its job.
Yeah, I am very excited about next week. I was expecting Super Saiyan 3, but it might have been nice if we'd gotten something different. If only just because
they aren't gonna bust out a new form out of nowhere at the end of this episode.
I know they're not.
They gotta save that for the most dire moment.
It's just, Goku being like that, well, I guess I have no other choice. And first, I mean, Super Saiyan 3 drains your power quickly, so I understand that, like, he doesn't want to break it out immediately.
Yeah.
But
why not when they were blasting him, though? Like, that does seem the right time for raw burst of power.
Yeah, at that point, that should have been, hey, we don't want, like, we're all using our power right now. I should really make sure that this does the trick.
Like, I remember, it reminds me of, I think in the Goku Black arc, when Trunks was talking about how he beat the Majin people. He learned to kind of, like, go into his super buff form for bursts, just, like, quickly, but then, like, revert back so that he could be nimble.
Yeah.
So that's what Super Saiyan 3 kind of reminds me of. It was like, just do it, like, a little bit at a time, like, when you need it, and then go back.
They ended up doing that with Blue in the manga later.
Cool.
Yeah. I actually really liked that. The idea of, switching to Blue at the necessary time and then switching back to regular God.
It's a good idea. Like, the entire idea of gear shifting. Like, it's like, okay, I need to go up to this. Like, we got to go full throttle right now and back down. Okay, calm down.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Don't gas yourself.
With 3 episodes left, it is sort of... I am very curious. I don't know where they're going.
Plot-wise, I'm, you know what? Take me away. I have no idea what you're doing. Let's go.
Yeah, we obviously have Goku versus Goma, Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So my prediction is as such. we're going to get Super Saiyan 3 Goku versus Goma, and
Good
he's
prediction.
He's going to start winning, but the drag on his power is going to start, slowing him down, and he's going to start losing. I think Ku and Do might end up doing a fusion thing, either on their own or with the bugs, just to become strong enough to fight Goma, and then Goku and Vegeta will also choose to fuse, and then we're gonna get like fusion for V-fusion, or not fusion, rather two fusions versus Goma. I think that's probably where we're gonna go with this. There could be something else. They could pull something else out. I'm giving the most run-of-the-mill explanation for what
I was gonna say what you just explained was very first pass.
That's the show. Okay.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, you know what? I won't put it past them to do that. I hope they don't. I hope that this goes in directions that I can't predict, in a good way, hopefully. But if it's even in a bad way, I'll be like, you know what? They fucking took a swing.
I just hope no matter what they do, it's pretty, because that's the only kind that I hate to say it, but like at this point, if it ain't pretty, I don't think it's going to wow me much at all, because we're already in a place where I feel like a lot of the expectations and a lot of the things that I thought were kind of cool were either ignored or underbaked. So please, I'm begging you, Daima, at least make these last 3 episodes bangers. Please.
Let it be a spectacle if it's not like, a literary masterpiece.
Exactly.
That's basically it.
Yeah.
Like the bit of fan service, Goku running on the wall, and like, it's like there's little things to smile at, little things to enjoy, to grab onto, to hold onto, to say, you know what, there's charm.
Yeah,
I want charm. I want spectacle. Would I love it if everything was incredibly well written and Piccolo was the hero forever? Yes, but Hellzone Grenade only happens once ever.
I hate to be the guy saying like, well, I hope it's at least pretty, because yeah, I'm with you. I want it to be well written. I want it to be cool and awesome and genuinely good, and not just nostalgia bait and nice animation.
But at the end of the day, I'm not coming to this to be like, narratively satisfied or like intellectually satisfied.
I mean, intellectually satisfied is a little is I don't know.
It sounds pretentious, but like there's something, like there's a word that I can't find because I'm not an intellectual person to describe what I'm looking for.
I'm just saying that the writing for the Saiyan saga was pretty fucking good, actually. It had its own problems, like Gohan getting his fucking tail back out of nowhere, but like it's still well written and exciting and built up very well and paid off very well. Like, so I would like that.
I think we run into an issue that was what, 30 some years ago, and so many different anime have so many different arcs and stories that so many things become tropey that you start to, like, as I'm imagining as somebody that's like writing shows like this, it's like, do you want to follow a formula or do you want to try to do your own thing? Like, do you want to try to make something new? And it's hard to say, like, are they going to repeat plot beats, or are they going to try to like find something new?
I mean, I hate to say it.
And that's the question.
I hate to say it, but if we're talking about doing your own thing, Daima's already like completely dropped the ball at every step.
Yeah.
Like, they're not even doing their own thing. If they were going, let me just say, if they were going to repeat shit, at least they could repeat the good shit. It seems like they're repeating shit at random, barely connected with one another.
But that's the difficulty, isn't it? Is there a difference between derivative and kind of like this tropey blandness?
There is no problem. There is no inherent problem in being derivative. Not inherently. When you're being derivative of something, you can change it. You can subvert it. You can deconstruct it. You can create something new with it. Being derivative on its own can give you a lot of advantages, in that you are invoking something that people know. That's fine.
That's fair.
And in Dragon Ball, everything's going to feel a little bit derivative because it's gone on for so long. You're going to inevitably draw from something that happened in the past. What you need to do is try and deliver something different with the outcome. And that's been kind of like the big problem with the show, is that it's highly derivative of all of its old stuff, but it has done nothing interesting with any of the things that it's introduced. Like there's ideas there that are kind of
there are fun tales. Like as an anthology, I think it's fun.
Yeah, and it's again, there's only one point in this show where I've gotten just actually angry, and it was definitely with those fucking Ginyu Force members. Those guys are the biggest stain on this show for me because of the waste of time that they ultimately were. And just how lazy they are.
They didn't do enough with them for the amount of time they gave them.
Yeah, but that's kind of the big thing here. I want them to. I don't mind if they take stuff that's already happened, if they do things that have already happened, as long as they do them well, make them make sense, and give something new. And that's the big struggle. That's the big issue that we're finding here.
So now all you're really here for is just like, I want to watch Goku do fun things.
Yeah, I'm just here to watch them. Like I want to watch the good animation as they beat up the bad guys.
And I think that's fine.
And hopefully we get more good character moments with Ku and Do. Hopefully there's some neat stuff with Arin Su in these last 3 episodes. Because again, I really like Arin Su. I think she's one of the better, like in terms of villains in Dragon Ball, she's pretty high up there for me.
She's probably the most interesting character they've introduced.
Yeah. Like in terms of Dragon Ball villains whose personalities, can be very highly entertaining, but kind of one note. She is way more realistic as a person. Her design is phenomenal. She's got great motivation. I love everything about her.
She's a single mom on top of all of it.
Exactly. And I feel like the only thing that has failed her is a show that did not utilize her more.
Yeah. I hope her plot hasn't been buried because of all of this.
Me too. I genuinely hope she's got something to pull out for the last minute, because that would make the whole show better, and it would easily cement her in my top 10 villains, maybe top 5 for Dragon Ball.
Interesting.
I love her.
She has a lot of potential. Like she's been like, her side plot with Ku and Do was like one of the more interesting parts of that chunk, like those chunks of episodes.
Yeah. Oh, everything with her. Even the old lady, even the totally bullshit retcon about Boo.
Yeah.
Totally bullshit. Even that stuff was still interesting to me. I was like, oh, okay, look, I'm no stranger to them retconning stuff in Dragon Ball. It happens all the time. So, whatever. But like, okay, so they're making a Majin and all that stuff. That stuff was cool. Again, totally bullshit, but everything to do with her has just been very interesting. Like, and yeah. I can't say that about Degasu. I almost could have said that about Degasu. Degasu was interesting, then he wasn't. And I could never say that about Goma. Goma has been funny. Goma's gotten some really funny scenes. In terms of comedy, I wish they had
Goma and Hyvis. Like those are the like their characters got like more laughs out of me.
Yeah, Goma's sort of neat to me in that I feel like if they just worked out the balance of how much they used his character a little bit more, I think he could have fulfilled the role I think he's trying to play here of the guy who's funny until he's not. Because everyone was laughing at him. It's like, he's whatever. I wish they played up how useless he was more at the front, because they were like, oh, he's actually a really dangerous Majin. That's what they said at the beginning, by the way.
Yeah.
They were like, they painted him as actually like, he's actually very dangerous.
They've said it multiple times since then, but we've never seen him like do anything. I wanted to see him be like evil wizard guy, like another like effective Bobbity or something.
Right? Bobbity was so good at that. He was killing random people. He was controlling Boo. He was a little pathetic in that he's obviously outclassed
he's a little weasel guy. He needs a lunk.
But he was still menacing as fuck. Goma, they should have just played him up for laughs. They either needed to play him up for laughs more at the very beginning and just show how incompetent he is, or
he could have just been like kind of a buffoon, but unnaturally skilled in magic or something. Like just very unnaturally powerful, but just kind of an idiot.
Yeah, that could have been really good. But again, we just kind of got a character who has some really funny scenes, but ultimately feels underbaked. Which, oh man, Dragon Ball Daima.
But again, it left me wanting more.
Yeah, it did. It
So
did.
that's a win.
I don't want to be too negative about an episode that I actually did enjoy, and I am excited about next week. I'm looking forward to Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I also, two things. In terms of the previews, they've been very strategic, because I did, like, the big fight in this was Goma. Last week didn't have any of that. It made it look like
it made it look like everybody was fighting each other, which was very smart.
Yeah, and the preview for this week is just Super Saiyan 3 Goku. We have no idea what's coming next week, other than obviously Goku versus Goma's happening.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll be sat. But how about you? How about you? What do you think's gonna happen next episode? Are we gonna get some fusions? Are we gonna get Super Saiyan 4? Ooh.
God, no, please no.
A lot of people. Do you know how many people have been like, they could finally make legitimate Super Saiyan 4? And I'm like, it's not. I mean,
Super couldn't be a thing if that, unless it's because of the fusion, somehow.
that would be sort of neat if we got Super Saiyan 4 through fusion. I don't know how I'd feel about it personally. I don't know. That's a neat concept, but I don't think we're gonna get Super Saiyan 4. If I'm wrong, then way to go, Daima. You definitely subverted my expectations.
I personally do not see it happening.
Oh, by the way, Nyes, I'll help you find it if you need to find it. I was speaking about Goma. I forgot about this. I wanted to point this out. So a lot of people have had a lot of art going around for what's going to happen at the end of Daima, obviously. Everyone's been making their predictions. Some people have showed, they're going to grow back up at some point. They're going to use the Dragon Balls to grow back up, and they're going to use that during the final fight. Or there's this image going around of what people thought Goma was going to look like with the third eye. And it's wrong. It looks like...
wonderfully wrong, or?
It looks... like he's a badass. He looks like if you mix Dabura with Goma.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to show it to you.
Nah, instead we get like the way I felt looking at him when he first popped up was like, remember when Carrot Top got weirdly jacked in the like mid 2000s? That was my first thought. Like, okay, that's a thing now.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, big buff clown. Boba, he looks so dumb. He looks so amazingly dumb.
But they animated him well, so I can't complain.
Oh,
good for you, Carrot Top.
No, like I said, I needed him to look dumb.
Yeah.
If they had tried to make him look badass, I actually would have liked it way less. No, keep this dumb guy looking dumb. Make him dumber. I need him to be as dumb as possible because that's just very Dragon Ball. Especially like it's not that I'm opposed to taking a character that looks a little goofy and then making them kind of look badass later, but you have to do it right.
I'm tired of the handsome man and villain, though.
Yeah, exactly.
So you had Cell, you don't need it anymore.
Yeah, precisely. Except for Hearts. Hearts is
a tweener. He's we don't know. Anyway, that's Dragon Ball.
It is. That's Dragon Ball Daima. Get in the comments. Tell us what you thought about this week's episode. I'm very curious.
And you go watch Invincible now.
I'm gonna.
It's fun.
Bye.